guys, thanks for tuning in. Quick little video today. I want to talk about this rifle right here. We have a really nice Marlin 336 in 30-30. Very similar to the one that I have that I've got set up as a hunting rifle. Now this one belongs to a friend of mine. Brought it over to me. He got this rifle for his son. It's a fairly new rifle. He's only had it for, I believe, less than a couple years. And he wanted to get it set up as more of a hunting rifle. Get it set up, of course, with a scope mount, that kind of thing, or as kind of a target rifle. Now, of course, you know, as I've said before, these do not have to just be hunting rifles, okay? You can go without a scope or anything, just use them straight out of the box, and they are a great self-defense or home defense rifle. I mean, do not underestimate how good of a home defense rifle that a good lever action can be. It's incredibly powerful and incredibly reliable and durable. So, you know, keep that in mind. But basically, we just did a few things to this. We got a good scope, some scope rings, a mount on here. Of course, he had already upgraded and kind of put a nice little hammer spur extension on here, which as far as lever actions goes, especially if you're going to have any sort of scope on it, I think these are a must-have. I mean, they only cost 10 bucks. They take about 2 minutes to install, nothing but an Allen wrench, and you're good to go. And it's just a really, really nice kind of an upgrade. I mean, even if you don't have a scope that sticks out over your hammer, it's just really, really nice and convenient, and really makes it easier to get that hammer back, get a little more leverage on it. Definitely something I recommend for any lever action gun. Now, how this one differs a little bit from the way I've got mine set up is he went out and got one of these XS Lever Scout mounts, okay? And this is a forward mounted kind of a Scout style mount. So if you've got a good long eye relief, like a 6 to 7 to 8 inch long eye relief scope, Scout style scope, I mean, you can get the back of the scope all the way up here to where it's just a little bit over the receiver. Keep it very, very much out of the way of your hammer and your action. That really helps out a lot if you've got kind of an open top receiver, some of these older ones, the Winchesters, things like that. Now, of course, obviously with the Marlin, it's not an issue right there at all. But you got one of those, really nice mount on here, really, really well made. The front part mounts right into the dovetail where the rear sight was, and the rear mounts into two screws right there on top of the receiver. We've got some Weaver 1 inch kind of high set rings there, and we've got a nice Nikon APG. This is a 2 to 7 by 32. It's a Realtree camo. Really, really nice scope. Very, very clear. These are really, really, really nice scopes, especially for this particular setup. Of course, as far as the hammer extension goes, I believe this one's an Uncle Mike's, but you can get them from Grove Tech too. Both really good companies that make these. I mean, this is just a nice basic setup for a good hunting rifle for a 30-30. And again, guys, you know I love this. I love these setups. I mean, even with 150 grain loads, just standard, you know, Winchester, Remington 150 grain loads, and these things are just great hunting rifles. I mean, you're only going to get about 150 yard range out of something like 150 or 170 grain load. Now, if you want to step up to like a Lever Revolution, you know, the poly-tipped ammo that Hornady makes, you can get 250 yards out of this gun. Now that's going to be good enough for just about anything you're going to shoot in this country, unless you go up to Alaska. So just a really great gun and a really great price. I mean, you can pick these up used for 300, 350 bucks, new for about 450 bucks. You know, you put another $100 to $200 in accessories as far as, you know, just a basic scope mount, that kind of thing. I mean, you don't need to buy a $500 scope for one of these. You can buy a $100, $125 scope, get yourself a decent scope mount for, you know, anywhere from 20 to 40 bucks, and some good rings for 10 to 20. I mean, you can get a nice, decent setup like this, a great hunting rifle for 500 bucks, maybe even a little less depending on how much you paid for the rifle. So again, really great hunting rifle. Don't underestimate its power as a good self-defense or home defense rifle. Fantastic rifle all around. I love these lever actions. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to show you guys this, show you this setup. Really nice little setup here, and appreciate you guys watching. Any questions or comments, leave them down below, and we will talk to you later. Thanks.